Come see us on tour in Syracuse, New York, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Buffalo, Toledo, Montreal, and Toronto. Go to jimmydore.com for the cheapest tickets.
So Donald Trump has insisted that he will not be cutting benefits, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. But then you have Republican senators like Bill Cassidy saying stuff like this.
Let's bring that approach not to just what Doge is doing, discretionary spending, but let's look at Medicare. Is there some way that we can cut Medicare so that reform Medicare so that benefits stay the same, but that it's less expensive, more efficient? I would say that there is, and that's where our opportunity lies.
So that's a comment from Senator Bill Cassidy. He says, are there ways we can cut Medicare? And then he corrects himself, says reform Medicare. But he's confirming or speaking to the fears of many people who see Trump and his allies talking about reforming Medicare, and what they hear is cutting Medicare. So let me bring in a longtime champion of Medicare for All, former Congressmember Dennis Kucinich. What do you make of Doge and Trump's talk about reforming Medicare while insisting he's not going to cut people's benefits?
Well, here's the problem with going into government and coming from a privileged position. I mean, if you can grow up where your families are very wealthy, that's great. But if that's the only experience you have in life, and then you become a leader of the nation, you may not have an appropriate sympathy for how people struggle day to day, how healthcare expenses, even if people are covered by Medicare, are still very difficult for people to be able to meet. And even if you have health insurance, you're not Medicare eligible. The cost of healthcare is ruining a lot of families' economic future. So any talk of reducing healthcare benefits, whether in terms of reducing Medicare or Medicaid, just shows that our leaders don't understand what people go through on a daily basis. If you understood how senior citizens depend on Social Security, how their savings are evaporated and their retirement or pensions were taken away by corporations who tanked a corporation and threw it into bankruptcy and put the pensioners at the back of the line. If you know how tough people were having it, you'd never even come close to that. So I'm hopeful that there'll be a increased understanding that Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security shouldn't be touched. Now, the question of is there fraud in government programs? Yeah, just find fraud just about everywhere, public or private. When I was mayor of Cleveland years ago, I was able to cut city spending by 10% in the first year without borrowing any money by eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. Now, yeah, that exists, but you can't tell people you're going to cut their benefits. If you eliminate the waste, fraud, and abuse, you have more money to give to people, right? It's not less. So, I personally, Aaron, I think we ought to have Medicare for all, for real, that everyone should be covered. It shouldn't be a privilege in a democratic society. It's a fundamental right. No one should have to worry about being sick. No one should have to work a lifetime and to find in their later years an illness causes them to lose everything they ever worked for. No one should have to divert their life's dream because of an illness at an early age. The one thing that I heard Boris Johnson say years ago is how when somebody's sick in the UK because of the NHS program, the nation gathers around the bedside of that person. What an image.
Yeah.
The idea that we all care for each other. We need to go back to an America like that. Really cares, where we really care for each other. And it's possible we could get there, but right now, with this is going on partisan, ideologically, the idea of one nation is tough for people to be able to think about.
Come see us on tour in Syracuse, New York, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Buffalo, Toledo, Montreal, and Toronto. Go to jimmydore.com for the cheapest tickets.